Liverpool's DM target has been revealed as Martin Zubimendi, a man I'd really love to see in a Manchester United shirt. So if Liverpool pull this off, I'm not going to lie, I'm going to be incredibly jealous. But will Liverpool pull this off? Well, I think there's an increasing chance they may. Now, yesterday we went through all of Liverpool's DM options and I narrowed it down to 4 that fit what Arne Slot wants, what fits what Liverpool want, and then I narrowed it down to a top 2, and that was Zubimendi and Angelo Stiller. And that was my prediction of who Liverpool's target would be based off what they need. And, well, now you know Zubimendi is what Liverpool need, and it's a very good signing. Because the update was that Liverpool are exploring a move for Zubimendi, Liverpool are exploring a move for Zubimendi from Ornstein, from Joyce, from Romano, from many sources, but they need to convince them to come. That's the big question. Now, Man United convinced Liverpool Euro to come. He was Real Madrid bound. I think Liverpool can convince Zubimendi to come because Zubimendi's idol was Xabi Alonso. Liverpool are very serious about Zubimendi and thinking about it. Real Sociedad know that they're willing to pay the price. One of the reasons Man United got Lenny Euro in is because they were like, Lille, we're going to get the deal done. We're going to agree a fee with you. We're going to get the price done. We're going to pay it. Bosh. Euro was like, okay, Man United really want me. Real Madrid do a bit. He came. I think Liverpool were like, we're serious about getting Zubimendi. We will follow the price. Bosh. It has also been said that Zubimendi could be open to a Premier League move. And has made it no secret that he has a passion and would like to maybe one day play in the Premier League. And considering he's sort of entering his prime years, Liverpool have got a very good squad and stability around them despite the new manager, and the fact that I think he pairs very well with Alexis McAllister, and the thought of Liverpool having McAllister, Gravenberch, Szoboszlai, Zubimendi, by Cetic if he reaches his potential, even Harvey Elliott in the 10 role in their midfield as well. Adding this guys to Liverpool's midfield means that Liverpool are absolutely stacked in midfield, and there's a strong possibility this deal could happen. David Lynch even said on Liverpool's chance of convincing Zubimendi to join, there must be some encouragement, considering some reports are even saying Liverpool have flown out to Spain, Liverpool are ready to pay the release clause. I don't think Liverpool would make a move on this guy if they didn't think he was going to join. So in today's video, we're going to talk about Zubimendi and why he is a brilliant signing for Liverpool. I also spoke about this yesterday, how he sort of ticks all the metrics that Liverpool will be looking for in a midfielder, and did basic analysis. But this is a bit of a more detailed analysis about why Zubimendi would be good. So he actually ranks first for aerial dual win percentage since 1920 season, despite probably not being best known for his abilities in the air, the most physical player. If he does try, he does win, to be fair, quite a few of them. So I looked at some statistics here, aerial dual win percentage and then accurate progressive passes. So how many of the aerial duels does he win? How many of his progressive passes are successful, which is ability to move the ball forward? And he is one of the highest rated. He's up there with the Frankie de Jongs, the Cooper Miners, above Bruno Guimaraes for those statistics. And you can look at where Alexis McAllister is. You've got Ndidi and Danilo, who are quite far back, both that were linked to Man United for some reason, although everyone's linked to Manchester United because it gets clicks. And you can see when you look at midfielders aged 27 and under Europe's top 5 leagues, Martin Zubimendi ranks near the top. CHEATCODE did this statistic on Zubimendi. Total action successful, 75.1%. Accurate forward passing, 77.6%. Pass accuracy, 88.6%. Defensive duels, 165.9%. And interceptions per 95.93. A very good, well-rounded player, and as you can see by his heat map, spends a lot of time sort of protecting the back four, allowing the other midfielders to get forward, the McAllisters, the Gravenberchs, the Harvey Elliots, the Szoboszlais, which all of those players are better at doing. But also, unlike Endo, he's very quick on the ball, and not necessarily quick on the ball, but very good on the ball at receiving it with his back to goal, turning, playing the pass forward. I think he could even potentially work well with Trent in midfields. You look at other statistics here, this shows that he's very good at retaining the ball, and this just shows how comfortable he is in possession. I think the biggest compliment you can give Zubimendi is more the fact that when Rodri came off at half-time as an England fan, I thought, yes, let's get in. And he didn't notice a difference when Zubimendi replaced Rodri for Spain. In the right system, you know what he can do. Miscontrols per 90 and dispossessed per 90. The lowest, which is technically the highest because he's had the least miscontrols and the least dispossessed, Zubimendi is right near the top. He's in that top corner of players. You look at some of the other players that aren't quite in that top corners, your Endo Lafise, your Jude Bellinghams. Zubimendi on the ball, retention, keeping the ball, among the very best. So let's talk about Zubimendi. Let's dive into my analysis on the player and why this could be such a good signing for Liverpool. And I think him and McAllister, that's a pairing. That is a pairing. And look, I don't want this deal to happen because I would really like Zubimendi at United. We don't seem to be making a move for him. We're now looking at Sander Berge, I think. I don't know what we're doing at the moment. And I also don't know how open he is to that move. But I think everybody knows Arsenal looked at him, Man United looked at him, Liverpool looking at him because this guy's brilliant. And for a release clause of about £50 million, when you look at Enzo Fernandez, 100 million, Caicedo, 100 million, this isn't a bad deal. So what are his strengths? So passing. He can pass short range, medium range. I think he's a decent long range passer, but he's very good at those short, medium range passes. And when you've got Gravenberch, that's a good carrier, McAllister that can break the lines and progress the ball, and the other players that be with at Liverpool, it works well. Ground jewels, defensively solid. He can do that job well defensively. He can allow McAllister to go further forward. Even though McAllister, I'd say, is more of an attacking 8, he played as a 6 for Liverpool and did that job well. Zubimendi can now do that job and allow McAllister to get further forward where he's a bit more impressive, potentially linking up with Conor Bradley or Trent on the right, with Salah making those triangles again, which I think McAllister had about a 10-game period where he was probably the best player in the Premier League for about 10 games in a row when he was scoring, he was assisting, all of that. In terms of ball control and technique, we know that he's press resistant. We know that he's so composed on the ball. His touch, his technique, his ability to use his body to turn away from defenders. He's composed. He's calm under pressure. Slot will want that. I think Endo is good at the warrior defensive bit, but on the ball, moving the ball quickly, back to goal play, receiving the ball at any angle, there's a little bit of uncomfortability there in Endo, but he was that stopgap signing to get you through a year, so then you could have the funds to then go in for a Zubimendi that's now available on the market. In terms of press resistance, composure, using both feet, turning away, using his body, Zubimendi is good for that. But where Zubimendi sticks out for me and why I think Arne Slot would like him is his high football intelligence. Now, one thing Liverpool have is a very intelligent squad. McAllister's an incredibly intelligent player. I think Szoboszlai is a very smart player. Harvey Elliott's a smart player. And now you're getting one of the most intelligent players in football, the guy that replaced Rodri in Zubimendi. His high football IQ and ability to anticipate the game is really good, because when you can anticipate the game, you can read opponents and their moves effectively, which means he knows where to position himself, and he's really good at cutting out the passing lanes, stopping sort of potential movements happening. And because Slot is very much, as soon as you lose the ball, you need to get back into positions, stop the passing lanes, force them out wide. I think Zubimendi is very good at that. He places himself very well to intercept the ball, to tackle a ball. His positional sense, I think, is very good. He's also been reliable. It's not like he's just had a few good games and got hype. He's been very reliable. He's been looked at by Man United and Arsenal well over a year. I remember being linked to him last summer. He's having multiple good seasons. He's showing consistency. He's in his prime. He's ready now. I think you've got Bajcetic that's young and injury prone, that can learn and grow. This is a guy that's in his prime that he can learn from. Rodri came from La Liga, went to Man City, Bosch. Zubimendi could be that guy. In terms of technical skills, ability in tight spaces, I think in Slot's system, he can thrive very well because it's very possession-based. His close control and distribution is really good. He can regulate the games from deeper areas. He can break the lines of his passes. And I think what he's good at is starting attacks, because he can just pass the ball and break the lines so well. And that, again, is something that I think Endo can do, but he lacks to the extent of Zubimendi. Zubimendi is certainly a significant improvement. I think his ability, as I said, to observe the game, be positionally aware, progress the ball, whether it be those one-touch passes, whether it's utilise the half-turn to advance the ball, whether it's, line-breaking passes, carries. He doesn't carry it loads, but when he does carry it, he carries it really effectively. He's one of the best players for retaining the ball and carry statistically. But he's able to find space in the midfield to provide teammates with passing options, get the ball, find space in midfield. And one thing I like about Zubimendi is he doesn't shy away from the ball. He always wants the ball. As soon as he gets the ball, he moves into a space where he's ready to receive the ball, get the ball, receive the ball, play the pass, drop deep, give the centre-backs an option, be that guy in the first phase to really progress play, get the ball, connect the defence to the attack is what Zubimendi brings. Off the ball, he is also very solid and good defensively. Sometimes with DMs, you either get destroyers that are good off the ball, that lack on the ball, or players that are really good on the ball, that lack off the ball. I think Zubimendi's got a good balance of both, but is particularly known for his on-the-ball strengths. But breaking up play, covering ground, dictating tempo, all things that Arne Slot will want in a player. Zubimendi's got it all. He can shield the back line, he can start counter-attacks, he can trap runners, he wins tackles, he intercepts passes, he uses his frame well, he covers ground well, he's got good pressing, he's got good athleticism, he's got good ability to break up play, and he's also knows when to pass, he knows when to make a pressure, he knows when to tactically adapt himself to in-game tactic changes and secure possession, retain possession. He's not one to give the ball away sillily. It's definitely a good outlet for Liverpool to have in and out of possession. In terms of statistics, I found these online, so I'm hoping they're accurate. 1.1 tackles per game, interceptions 1.2, clearances 1.8, specialist 6 with defensive and creative skills, who was composed under pressure and offers mentorship and depth. His passing medium is 89.8, short 89.4, and long 70.7. Final third 4.6 per games, and progressive passes 5.2 per games, which is very good considering that he's playing for Sociedad, and they would be even higher at Liverpool. So how do Liverpool get the best out of Zubimendi, and how does he fit in? Well, that's the last thing we're going to talk about. He's a specialist 6 that can play as an 8, but I think he works very well in the dual pivot with another guy that can play as a 6 and an 8, but be more of the 8, McAllister, Gravenberch. Liverpool have a lot of that. His best role is a deep line playmaker where he can just play in front of the defence because he's good under pressure, he offers stability, and I think he works well with an energetic midfield partner who can cover ground and reclaim possession and provide him support. I think he can work well with McAllister. I think he could work incredibly well with Szoboszlai, actually. And I think he could work well with Gravenberch. I think he can work well with what Liverpool got. He could even work with Bajcetic. Maybe Trent as well. That'd be an interesting one to see. I think he needs an energetic midfielder and a creative attacking midfielder in a system with Zubimendi. And Liverpool essentially have that. McAllister can be that creative attacking midfielder. That energetic midfielder can most definitely be Gravenberch. I think Liverpool have that. They have obviously Curtis Jones, they have Harvey Elliott, they have Bajcetic, they have a number of names. So why is he Slot system? Excels in systems that prioritise ball control and building out from the back. That is what Slot does. Slot has a lot of similarities to Klopp, but Klopp is more transition, Slot is more control. In terms of build-up play, it requires time on the ball to manage and distribute effectively and make control passes and build-up system ideal. And again, that suits what Slot wants to do. So guys, please do hit the like button. Of course, subscribe down below if you're new. Thank you for watching today's video on Zubimendi and why he's a good fit. See you next time. Bye.